Hello students, welcome back. So there is some disturbance, so due to which I have stopped that previous live video. So let's continue from question number 3 once again. So the question number 3 itself, it is saying that it is asking a metal and a non-metal that exists a liquid state at a room temperature respectively. So that is the question. So liquid state metal is mercury, whereas liquid state non-metal is bromine. So you have to remember these 2 points. Metal is mercury, non-metal is bromine. Okay, so let's see the next one. Carbon compounds are good conductors of electricity, bad conductors of electricity, have strong forces of attraction, weak forces of attraction. And so let's see the options. Carbon compounds are bad conductors of electricity and also have weak forces of attraction. So that's why they cannot form ionic bonds, they can only form covalent bonds. Okay, and it is a bad conductors of electricity. Why? Because this is a non-metal. Only metals are good conductors of electricity, whereas non-metals are bad conductors of electricity. As carbon is a non-metal and it the bonds are strong, weaker, it cannot form only covalent bonds with other atoms. Okay, hence option should be 2 and 4. Okay, let's see the next question. Question number 5. So question number 5 is, consider the following compounds: ferrous sulfate, copper sulfate, calcium sulfate and sodium carbonate. They are asking which contains the maximum number of water of crystallization in its crystalline form in one molecule. Okay, so ferrous sulfate, the crystallization is, every salt will contain a crystal water crystallization in it, so we have to heat it to remove that water crystallization. Okay, the general crystallization form of ferrous sulfate is, it contains 7H2O, CuSO4 contains 5H2O, calcium sulfate, which is, if it is formed in 2H2O, it forms gypsum, and half H2O is plaster of Paris. We use that to combine for the fractures kind of material, where we use plaster of Paris along with one and a half times of water to convert plaster of Paris into gypsum. So gypsum is mainly used to also to create the idols, that is for Ganesh Chaturthi and Dasara kind of festivals. We create our divine idols, so that is made up of plaster of Paris. So using plaster of Paris, they will just first design it, and using small portion of water, it will use it so that it becomes a solid part. And even the main purpose previously they used mainly for the fractures. Okay, so doctors, what they will do is, they will use plaster of Paris and mix. Plaster of Paris is CaSO4 half H2O. Okay, so they will combine this with exactly 1.5 times of water molecule, so that this will combine into gypsum, which is CaSO4 2H2. So this is important question. They can ask you for 2 marks question, what is gypsum chemical formula, how it is formed. You have to say that plaster of Paris along with 1.5 times of water molecule will combine to form as gypsum, which is CaSO4 2H2. Okay, so Na2CO3 will contains 10H2O water molecules. Okay, so which is maximum means Na2CO3. Okay, let's see the next question. Oxides of aluminum and zinc are. Okay, so if you remember, we have 3 types of oxides: acidic oxide, basic will be non-metal oxides, and amphoteric. Amphoteric in sense which can react with both acids as well as bases. So you might be hearing the amphoteric once again. Like, for suppose you might have heard what is amphibian. Do you know what is this? Amphibians are the animals which can live both either in water and land. Example, frog, snake, all comes under amphibians. So wherever you see amphi means dual nature. Okay, so here amphoteric means dual nature, that is, it can react with both acids as well as bases. We have oxides, 2 oxides which are amphoteric, which are aluminum oxide and zinc oxide. Okay, so zinc oxide, it can react with acid as well as base. Same as aluminum oxide, it can also react with acid as well as base to form salt and water. So always remember one more neutralization reaction, which is salt and water will be released if acid and base are combined. Okay, see the next question. MnO2 plus 4HCl gives rise to MnCl2 2H2O plus chlorine. They are asking the reaction above is a redox reaction. Redox means it has both reduction as well as oxidation reaction. So because in this case which is getting oxidized and which is getting reduced, they are asking. So let's see what is oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Same way we have the reduction reaction, it is just opposite, that is addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Okay, so let's see which is getting reduced and which is oxidized. If you see MnO2, what is happening here? MnO2 has oxygen, so that is getting removed so that it forms MnCl2. So here oxygen is getting removed. Oxygen is removed means reduction. So MnO2 is reduced. Where what is HCl? HCl is gaining oxygen to form H2O. So it is gaining oxygen, addition of oxygen, which is oxidation. Hence, it is oxidized. So the direct answer is MnO2 is reduced and HCl is oxidized. So as I mentioned, if anyone have doubts, kindly mention in the chat section. In the live, if anyone is there, you can comment, or else if you are seeing this video later, you can also check in, comment in the, mention your doubts in the comment section so that I can check and answer it to you. Okay, let's move to the next question. D. The sex of a child is determined by what it inherits from the mother. The sex of child is determined by what it inherits from father. The probability of having a male child is more than that of a female child. The sex of child is determined at the time of fertilization when male and female gametes fuse to form a zygote. Okay, so for this belongs to hereditary chapter. So male will contain two chromosomes which are X and Y, whereas female will contain chromosomes which are only X and X. Okay, so to form male child, so what should happen? Female, from female you should get X and this Y should be coming from male. So the male child only will be produced if it inherits by X or Y, and it depends completely on male. If it is inheriting X from male, female will be formed. If it is inheriting Y from male, male will be formed. So it is entirely dependent upon father, not on mother. So B should be the right answer, which is the sex of child is determined by what it inherits from the father, and thus first option cannot be the right answer. 3. The probability of having male child is, this is definitely wrong. There is no such probability that male will be more or female will be more. Okay, last one. The sex of child is determined at the time of fertilization when male and female gametes fuse to form a zygote. Yes, this is correct. So the right answers are B, 2 and 4. B should be the right answer. Okay, let's move to the next one. Ninth one. So what is ninth one? They are saying chromosomes carry hereditary information from parents to next generation. Yes, this is true. A thread-like structure is located inside nucleus of the animal cell. Okay. Always exist in pairs in human reproductive cells. This is wrong, because not all chromosomes will exist in pairs. Only few types of chromosomes will exist in pairs. Are involved in the process of cell division. Yes, this is also correct. So the answer should be 1, 2 and 4, which is C. Let's move to the next one. 10th question. So what is 10th question? In a nerve cell, where the electric impulse is converted into chemical signal is known as? The answer is neuromuscular junction, and is also called synapse. Okay, so how it is happening means, if you remember the neuron diagram, it will be like this. These are dendrites. From dendrites we will receive a signal. This is the cell body or soma. Cell body is also called as soma. Okay, and this is the axon. So from dendrites signal will be received, and here the protein synthesis will happen, and due to that energy it will get transmitted from axon to the neuromuscular junction. So here the electric signal will be converted into chemical signal. Hence the answer is neuromuscular junction, not in cell body or dendrites or axon. Okay, let's move to the next question, 13th one, sorry 11th one. What is 11th question? A stomata closes when it needs carbon dioxide, it does not need carbon dioxide, water flows out of guard cells, water flows into the guard cells. Okay, so when stomata closes, just imagine stomata as a sponge. Okay, so just remember stomata to sponge, then you will easily understand and remember this answer. So what happens if you press the sponge? Okay, if you press the sponge, what will happen? Water flows out of the sponge. The same way water flows out of the guard cells. Okay, and the same way if it is closed, so if you just completely close the sponge, and if you remove it, what will happen? The air will flow inside it. Okay, so it is closed. Why? Because it needs carbon dioxide from photosynthesis, then it will close. So 1 and 3 should be the right answer, which is B. Okay, I'm just repeating the answer. Stomata closes when it needs carbon dioxide from photosynthesis. It is closed, so it needs carbon dioxide, then it will start opening. Okay, the same way water will flow out of the guard cells. If it opens, then water will flow into it, and carbon dioxide also, wait. If it is open, the carbon dioxide will go inside, sorry. 1 is not the right answer. 2 and 3 should be the right answer. C should be the right answer. Okay, so it closes when it does not need carbon dioxide and water flows out of the guard cells. Okay, 12th one. At what distance from convex lens should be the object should be placed so that the image of the same size of the object of the screen? Okay, so this belongs to light and refraction chapter. So this is the convex lens. Let me draw a straight line. Okay, so this is F1, this is 2F, and this side will be F and 2F. So if you want to get the same size, the object has to be placed at the 2 times of focus. Why? Because if we go parallel, it will come through the focus, and if it is passed through the focus, it goes parallel, and here the exact reflection will be coming of the same size. Okay, so if it is parallel, it goes through the focus, and if it is passing through the focus, it will go parallel, and these two refracted rays gets combined at this point, so hence here the image will be formed, it will be on the same size. The answer should be twice the focal length of length. Okay, let's see the next one, 13th question. The lens system of human eye forms an image on the light sensitive screen, which is called as retina. Retina is the point where the light sensitive information will be observed, and from here, using optical nerve, the signal will be sent to the brain. Okay, so eye diagram will be somewhat like this, where this will be retina. Retina will be at the corner of the eye, the border of the eye. From here we will have the nerve outside, and this is optical nerve. From here the signal goes to brain. So here we have lens, and these are controlled by ciliary muscles, and then we have cornea here. So in this way it happens. Okay, this is cornea. Outside element is cornea. Then we have lens here, and lens are covered, controlled by ciliary muscles. This is cornea, and this is lens. Okay, and this one is optical nerve. From optical nerve the signal goes to brain. Okay, let's see the next one. 14th one. The pattern of magnetic field produced inside a current carrying solenoid is. The answer should be A. Why? Because inside a solenoid it acts similar to a bar magnet. So if I say solenoid symbol will be like this, it is a coil like structure. I can say simply, if you remember spring, they can easily remember solenoid structure. So if a current carrying conductor is mentioned in terms of solenoid, what will happen means, due to this current passing through it, magnetic field will get induced. Okay, so this is exactly similar to the bar magnet also. Inside the bar magnet also it will go in this, and it goes from north to south. So this acts as a north pole and this acts as a south pole. Hence the magnetic field of lines will be flowing this way. Okay, let's move to the next one. 15th one. Identify the food chain in which organisms of second trophic level are missing. So what is trophic level? So where we have the first trophic level is always plants. So from here it moves second, third, fourth, fifth. Why I am drawing in this way? Because the trophic level section should be like a pyramid where the population keep on decreasing if you go to the top. Okay, so now let's see the first one. Grass. Okay, grass is eaten by goat, goat is eaten by lion. Yes, this has every part, there is nothing is missing. Zooplankton, okay, then phytoplankton, then small fish and large fish. This with respect to water area, this will happen. And see the next one, grass, tiger. Okay, this it is not in order, but still you can cross check. Grass is eaten by okay, something is missing here, because grass and frog, in between some insect has to be there, then frog should be coming into picture, then snake, and then tiger, or snake and tiger can be in the same state as well. Okay, so here is the right answer, because grass is eaten by dash, that is not mentioned here. What about here? Grass, yes, some food is taken by grasshopper and then frog. I'll write this as 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, frog is eaten by snake and snake is eaten by eagle. So here nothing is missing, but here this is 1, so this can be 3 and this can be 4 and this can be 5, but we don't have the 2 here, hence C should be the right answer. Let's see 16th. Okay, so from here we have assertion reason questions. Okay, 16th is also there. So what is 16th question? In which type of following organisms multiple fission is a means of asexual reproduction? So multiple fission, the main best example is plasmodium. Multiple means 1 to multi, like one parent, that is one parent to multi childs. So this happens in plasmodium because one plasmodium will divide itself into multiple small inheritance, inherits or childs. Okay, plasmodium should be the right answer. With respect for paramecium, this is binary fission where one will divide into two. Okay, let's move to the next one. So from 17 to 20 we have assertion reason questions where we have two statements. One is assertion, another is reason. So we have four options. Among first one is both should be right and reason should be the right explanation for A. Second, both should be right but they're not related to each other. Third option, A is true, R is false, and fourth one, R is false. I mean A is false, R is true. Okay, we'll see the questions and see which among these four is correct. Let's see the next one. 17th question. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when zinc reacts with nitric acid. Yes, this is correct because the same question we already covered in the MCQ, one of the MCQ as well. I think this question. Okay, sorry, this is not covered. Fine, let's move. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when nitric acid because nitric acid is a very strong acid. So as this is very strong, what will happen generally if any metal is reacting with acid, H2 should be evolved. Metal plus acid, you should get H2 and salt. Okay, but exception case is nitric acid. Why? Because nitric acid is very strong acid. So if nitric acid is used with metal, H2O will be formed, and the reason is nitric acid oxidizes H2 to H2O. Same thing it is clearly mentioned here. Nitric acid oxidizes the hydrogen gas produced to water and itself gets reduced. Okay, hence hydrogen is oxidized to water. Okay, hence reason and explanation both are correct and it is correct explanation, hence the right answer is A. Okay, let's move to the next one, 18th one. So here what is I mentioned? Accumulation of harmful chemicals is maximum in the organizations at the highest trophic level of food chain. Yes, this is true because the crops contains chemicals and the energy is getting reduced, and then we move to the next one, and here whatever they are eating, they again get more consumption of chemicals and food, and again they will again move. So whatever the stages it is keeping on moving up, the chemicals will be keep on adding, because this is eaten by something, this is eaten by something, and again this is eaten by something, then definitely the chemicals will be keep on adding. Harmful chemicals are sprayed on the crops to protect them from diseases and pests. This is also true, but these two are not related to each other. It is maximum, but this is not clearly explaining why it is maximum. Okay, so the answer should be B here, where both are true, but it is not a correct explanation from A. Next, move 19th question. The rate of breathing in aquatic organisms is much faster than in terrestrial organisms. Yes, this is true statement. Why? Because the oxygen present in the water is in dissolved state and it is very less when compared to air. Hence they need to do more respiration, or you have to do faster respiration so that they can consume more oxygen. Let's see the reason now. The amount of oxygen in dissolved form is very high compared to amount of oxygen in air. This is false because it is very low. Hence A is true and R is false. Let's see which is C or D. A is true, R is false. Yes, the answer is C. A is true and R is false. Let's see 20th question. The rainbow is a natural spectrum of sunlight in the sky. Okay, rainbow is formed in the sky when the sun is overhead and water droplets are also present in the air. This is correct, whereas this is false. It is not a natural phenomenon. It will not occur by automatically like a sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west. A rainbow will only occur when this is happening, like sun should be overhead and water droplets should be present in there, then only. And how the rainbow is formed? Rainbow is formed due to internal reflection, that is IR, and dispersion of light. This is very important question. It is not TIR here, it is only IR, and the second one is dispersion of light. Light will disperse into multiple colors, and inside that inside the bubble reflection happens, due to which it will continue to form the Vibgyor color. Okay, so in this way the rainbow will be coming. So now it is last option, which is R is true but A is false. So they have covered all the options A to D here. Okay, so in this way all the 20 MCQs as well as reasons are been covered. That is section A questions are been done for set number 31/1/1 paper. Okay, so in the next video we'll try to cover very short answers, or else we'll do one thing. If anyone, I just want to cover the MCQs first, but if anyone want to have the short answers or very short answers or long answers first, kindly mention in the comment section, so that based on the comment I can change my plan. Or else my plan is to cover first all the MCQs for all the sets of 2024 year. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in another live session where I will cover another set, maybe 31/1/2 or any set paper of 2024 board exam papers. Okay, so thank you, and let's meet with another video.